Considering the world situation, we had to quickly switch from on-site to online event. It had some, so to say.
Hi all, I'm Yana.
Hi, I am Desi.
Hello, I'm Vesco.
And here is Angel and Sergey.
and Todor, and welcome to the Grand Finals.
Yay!
Okay, enough of that. Let's give now the floor to Yana so she can share with us a few words about the whole event. Stay tuned, keep on going.
And now it's time to share with you a few words about the numbers from Datathon 2020. Actually, we had quite many registered participants, more than 750, which is quite impressive since this is our first fully online Datathon. Considering the world situation, we had to quickly switch from on-site to online event. It had some, so to say, underwater rocks, but we managed to cope with them, and in the end, event happened. Um, we had several circles for the participants. The first one was to register their teams, which actually meant to write some piece of code and some piece of explanation and submit it on our platform. Uh, to this stage, 30 teams managed to reach out, and amongst them, only 16 actually finished their solutions and submitted them in timely manner on Sunday, when it was the deadline for them to provide some kind of article for the jury to evaluate. Amongst those 16 teams, five were appraised to continue to the semifinals. They had some additional tasks. Till yesterday afternoon, they had to submit their videos with additional explanation, answers to jury's questions, and some further notes about their understanding of the problem and why they chose exactly this way for the solution. In the following hour or so, we'll see which team of those will be the winner. Some more numbers. This year we had participants from 5 continents, including Asia, Europe, Americas. As you can see, this refers to 20 plus countries, following Russia, UK, Germany, Balkans, of course, Bulgaria, France, Austria, Australia, India, and so on. So thank you all for your interest. In order to continue further, I'm gonna share the part for our partners. Here you can see that we actually managed to do this event thanks to all the enthusiasm and decisiveness of our partners from Imperial Wine, who actually gave quite strong support. Uh, they were amongst our sponsors also, and as a company for games, they we are really happy to have them as partners. We have also Kaufland, who are our partners from the very beginning of our events, like yearly datathons. Kaufland is our partner from the very first Datathon, and still keeps staying with us. Thank you for all those years. We have also 365 Data Science, which is quite great platform, I can say, for all enthusiasts willing to learn something, gather some knowledge in data science. So they have thousands of tutorials, and they also sponsored us for this event. Another partner is Ernst and Young from United Arab Emirates. This is our first international partner, and we're glad and welcome them for joining us for Datathon 2020. Uh, Thank you. And they also provided uh, the third case for public transport, which some of the teams decided to find a solution for. And we have also NetInfo, who provided our fourth case about the article recommender. They actually gave us the dataset and actually gave you the dataset and the problem to be solved. Thank you all. And now we continue to the next part where you will get some overview of the cases and continue with the solutions.
Thank you, Yana. Now I'm going to give the floor to Sergey so he can say a little bit more about data science stat. Stay tuned and check it out.
Hello, my name is Sergey. I'm one of the core volunteers at Data Science Society, and I'm so pleased that I have the honor to introduce Data Science Society and what's its purpose of it. So to start with that, let's go on the homepage, and we have three main pillars, three main directions which we strongly believe that they are the core of Data Science Society. The first one is the community. The community is the place where like-minded people having interest in particular area are able to bond, are able to share, are able to collaborate together, are able to make physical and online collaboration among them. So for us is important people to give, share in order, and they will return. They will return a lot of benefits. Just to give you an example, for me personally, the last 5 years, I learned, and I had so many contacts in different locations that it's not only for me. We have many other examples. So being such kind of knowing knowing your friends or I mean, we are like a special species, so we are not so many, even in Bulgaria or in other places. So know each other is awesome. So community is this for us. About knowledge. This is domain in data science, which we try to embrace and cover many areas, starting from math, statistics, data engineering. We have machine learning, AI, deep learning. Probably I'm missing some else, but such kind of stuff which are relevant to data, like visualization of it, like many other stuff which can help us make our predictions and learn there. This domain is constantly changing, so knowledge in that domain and being part of such kind of community will help us gain such kind of expertise. But also how we are believing that knowledge we can gain here is via different challenges, different meetups, different workshops. We are making summer schools. We're also making, our first members are kids from, I think, at the age of 6 or and older. We made data kits with our volunteers just to start promoting the domain. So these are different forms, and why we are doing this is just to have fun and learn. All of us are constant learner, and we want to learn. We really we know that there are different levels. We have top mentors who our understanding is and believe that if you know more, you can share and you can transfer the knowledge below. But also for the learners, we believe that people who are curious, who keep the kids in them, and who spend each day like 30 minutes or hour and a half, which I was laughing instead of for the men using the phone while they're in the toilet. So just learn, use that time. It's more than 30 minutes. So learning is a constant process, and we believe that you need to learn not only because it's part of your work, but it's because you want to grow and you want to develop and experiment. This is the time where every time we have something as organizers, we are giving opportunity to all people to be able to participate in the Datathon. Even now, in this one, we have 2 or 3 of the organizers who participate and solve different cases, which was awesome. And generally, that's it. That is data science society. Is the community, the knowledge, and having fun by learning, sharing with mentors, constantly learning and developing. What else I can say is about data science society. It will not happen without this core of volunteers. I mean, me, Jana, Angel, Stefan, Todor, Vesko, Margit and Veli, Metodi and Ivan, all of them are supporting us in different kind of areas. This is our core. Without it, the Datathon could not happen. Also, some of the companies who are supporting us in a different manners. It can be with beer, it can be with venue, it can be with interesting topics or interesting cases. I mean, for us, it's important that we have such kind of understanding working with such companies. Our top mentors, who have some of them work for Kaggle, some of them are top researchers in their domain, some of them are professors. So what else? Partners and the other broader core of volunteers. So this is the data science. We are constantly growing, and if you want to be part of our team or just to have the opportunity to make such awesome things like the Datathon 2020 or some other stuff, this is the time to give us a shout. And something else is we need to speak about Datathon 2020 and generally what is the Datathon. The Datathon you have seen up to now, we have 7 Datathons, and this is our first totally online Datathon. And what else should I say? Probably Yana is going to provide you further details. So thank you guys and stay tuned and see you later.
And indeed, Yana it is. There she goes.
And now it's time to share with you some numbers in regards to Datathon 2020. First of all, we have to share that this is our first fully online Datathon we have ever made, though we have experience with the previous years of the competitions were on site, so it was a bit challenging, but we're happy with the result. Also, this is the first Datathon that we have so big interest and so many registered participants, over 750 participants in total, which includes registered enthusiasts from 5 continents and more than 20 countries, amongst which Spain, UK, Austria, Germany, France, Balkans, of course Bulgaria. We had also experts from USA, Russia, India, so yeah, quite big range of countries and nationalities. Um, the competition itself was basically in several stages. Through the first stages, 33 teams managed to register their attendance, which meant that on Saturday they had to submit an article where they put their work, code, and solution. Then on Sunday was the deadline to upload the final solutions from each team. So Sunday stage was passed by 16 teams, out of which the jury of experts with 10 more than 10 years of expertise evaluated each of them and decided that 5 teams are continuing to the semifinals. So they were outlined and already announced on the page of the Datathon 2020. So we are eager to find out who the winner is amongst those 5 semi-finalists, but later today. After sharing with you some numbers in regards to this year's event, I have to say one big thank you to our main partners who provided the data for all the cases you were working on, and also the sponsorship for the final awards. We have Imperial Online who gave data for our case to create a bot. They are a company in the gaming industry, so maybe quite well known for some of you.
And indeed, Imperial make great games, so let's just watch a little bit of an intro and then continue on.
We have also our partners from Kaufland who are with us since our first Datathon ever. And we're happy to keep working together and collaborating for so many years. Thank you all. They also provided the case for optimizing the supply chain, and we're happy to see that some of you try to solve it.
Hello, it's me again. I guess you know what's going, right?
Добре дошли в Kaufland IT Hub. Нека ви покажем нашия дом и ви разкажем нашата история.
Преди 2 години имахме една мечта – да поставим Kaufland България на картата на една милиардна индустрия и да докажем, че от моя любим град София можем да организираме IT бизнес за световния ритейл играч Schwarz Group. Но мечтата бързо мина на заден план, защото както в професионалния спорт, за да печелиш, трябва да вложиш много дисциплина и труд.
Още от самото начало знаехме, че първата и най-важна задача е да изградим добър отбор. Започнахме с екип от 9 служители, за да работим с много хъс и желание.
3 месеца по-късно бяхме 15, а след година вече 60. Днес в отбора ни има над 130 професионалиста, а до края на годината смятаме да са над 200. Заедно с разрастването на броя хора се разрастват и сферите ни на софтуерна разработка, инфраструктурна администрация и second level.
Преди 2 години имахме една мечта – да поставим Kaufland България на картата на една милиардна индустрия и да докажем, че от моя любим град София можем да организираме IT бизнес за световния ритейл играч Schwarz Group. Но мечтата бързо мина на заден план, защото както в професионалния спорт, за да печелиш, трябва да вложиш много дисциплина и труд.
Още от самото начало знаехме, че първата и най-важна задача е да изградим добър отбор. Започнахме с екип от 9 служители, за да работим с много хъс и желание.
3 месеца по-късно бяхме 15, а след година вече 60. Днес в отбора ни има над 130 професионалиста, а до края на годината смятаме да са над 200. Заедно с разрастването на броя хора се разрастват и сферите ни на софтуерна разработка, инфраструктурна администрация и second level support.
От самото начало домакини бяха нашите колеги от Kaufland България, но само няколко месеца по-късно вече ни трябваше собствено жилище. Избрахме го практично по-германски, да бъде в центъра, близко до метро и да има всичко необходимо наоколо.
Бяха ни нужни само 6 месеца, за да ни стане тясно. Нашият отбор заработи толкова добре, че плановете ни за растеж изпревариха пространството, с което разполагаме.
Имахме късмета да наемем офис площи от другата страна на булеварда и днес двата ни офиса гледат един към друг.
Дизайнът на нашия втори офис бе вдъхновен от мащаба на групата Шварц. Беше ми гласувано доверие, чрез цветове и картини да разкаже историята на една група, разпростряна на 3 континента. Така, на 2 от етажите оживя българо-германското приятелство като основа на това, което градим тук. На другите 2 етажа показваме Австралия и Америка. Това са новите пътища, по които групата Шварц върви и които отварят нови хоризонти за развитие.
Вече имаме всичко, което се смята за необходимост в един IT офис. Различното при нас е приятелската атмосфера, непринуденото общуване и екипната игра. Независимо дали сме тук в офиса или извън него, ние винаги се стараем да се предизвикваме заедно, споделяме общи хобита, интереси и каузи.
Почувствах се сред приятели от първия ми ден. Това е моето работно място и първата ми работа изобщо. Тук срещнах хора, които ме научиха, че моята работа е важна и че дори от този малък офис мога да променя света.
Our next partner is Ernst & Young. They are our first international partner, actually, because this is Ernst & Young from United Arab Emirates, and they managed to give us a case for the public transport, which was quite interesting for many of the teams. And we have some of the teams who decided to solve it to the semifinals. They also sponsored the awards that some of you will receive in the end of the competition. So yeah, we were happy to be partners with them.
Where do you start if you want to change the world? And with everything moving so fast, how do you change it for the better? Is it by seeing a nation become energy self-sufficient? Helping charities to be as productive as businesses. Perhaps cleaning up industrial pollution is what drives you. Will your legacy be to preserve the past for future generations? Or giving hope to those who had lost theirs by using their talents to give them a livelihood? Big changes like these can start with something small, like asking better questions. Never thought about it like that before. Questions that can give unexpected answers to help solve some of the world's toughest challenges. The kinds of questions we ask at EY. So where do you start if you want to change the world? You start right here.
We have also 365 Data Science, which is a great platform with great tutorials and wide range of audience. They quickly managed to join us and also provided free tutorials for some of the attendees of this year's event. Thank you all. We're happy to cooperate and we hope to keep working also for the next year. Now, I'm giving also a few words for our media partners who helped us with promoting the event and giving the opportunity to reach out to more people. Things there are quite various amongst platforms and media partners, so I'm not gonna dig deeper here. Now I'm giving the words to the next topic for cases details, and we'll let you check out the solutions and finally reach out to the winners.
Okay, now we're gonna remind ourselves what were the cases that the teams that made it to the finals were working on, and after each case we're gonna present each of the finalist solution, or at least the videos that as they presented it. And so check them out. Here they go.
Здравейте, приятели! Задачата, която участниците трябва да се опитат да решат на пръв поглед е лесна. Тоест да произведат алгоритъм, който на база вече посетени статии от даден потребител на Вести.bg да дава автоматично в реално време препоръка за следващата най-интересна за него статия от същия сайт. За целта отборите ще разполагат с много лесна на пръв поглед данни. Например URL, ID, timestamp, но много голям обем от рода на 2-3 милиона реда. За да можем да оценим кой се е справил най-добре, ще има отделна част от същите данни за следващ период, с който ще сравним. Това според нас е достатъчно ясен и безпристрастен начин за оценка. Ще има и изненади. Ако за вас това е достатъчно вълнуващо предизвикателство, моля, веднага се запишете за участие на сайта datasciencesociety.net.
Okay, and now first to go, Team ACES.
Hello everybody and welcome to ACES Recommender Engine solution for the case provided by NetInfo. As you're already well aware with the case, I'll skip its details and try to summarize in a few words what we made out of the instructions. To tackle the case of having to predict the next best article, or in our case an article that the consumer has clicked anyway without any extra stimulus, we have chosen to develop a deep learning model. Ingesting the provided dataset, here is how we interpret the provided columns. First of all, it's user ID, which is of course anonymized, however it is linked to a single account. Next, it's time, which is the timestamp of when the link was opened by the user. Followed by URL, which is a link to the article on vesti.bg website. Page title, of course, is the title of the article, while page views is the number of views accumulated for the period that we have the data provided for. Even though the names of the columns are self-explanatory, there were some inconsistencies in the data which we tackled in the data preparation stage. During the data preparation stage, we managed to create some graphs, but more interesting data insights we found. Such interesting data insights were, for example, the top 3 most read articles or the number of visitors by hour. Furthermore, using the URL, we managed to derivate 2 additional variables which were topic and subtopic of the articles. Doing this, we managed to get a top 10 topics by number of articles, with the largest topic being Bulgaria. Additionally, we took the field page title and we removed special symbols such as exclamation, under dashes, etc. In order to identify a unique case, we took the combination of page path and user ID. After that, we deduplicated the dataset by this key.
Now let's talk about the model architecture of the news recommender system that we trained. In our case, we decided to use a deep learning hybrid model, relying on both content-based features and collaborative filtering algorithm. The content-based features are derived prior to the training of the model, while the collaborative filtering algorithm is actually incorporated within the neural network that we use. These two streams are then concatenated within the neural network and are processed through a multi-layer perceptron. The final output of our model is an article score that we can use to rank each article for the specific visitor, and by selecting the article with the highest score, recommend the most likely to read article for this user. Please feel free to contact us through the comment section of the article. We'll be more than happy to discuss our approach and to hear your feedback.
Okay, and now there is going to be Team Bivi, and directly after that, Team Shop Up.
COVID-19 robbed us of everything. We cannot travel. We cannot freely walk in the streets. We cannot meet our friends in bars. The only thing we are left is to stay at home and to read news.
That's why it is highly important to recommend you the news articles that would suit particularly you.
So that we are presenting you novel, rapid, non-parametric algorithm for recommending news articles.
Newsco.
Our recommender system is aimed to understand your personal interests in terms of topic with that you prefer to start your day. Newsco would provide you with interesting article that is both fresh and relevant. Our solution is enormously fast. While others are waiting for recommendation from black box deep learning methods, our algorithm will provide you with best to read article.
Follow the link in description to find out more about our novel approach. Visit Vesti.bg, put your thumbs up, and remember, без наука няма сполука.
And next one.
Hello, we are the team of ShopUp, and that's me, Sergi, and that is Desi.
Hello, guys. We decided to work on the article recommender case. And as you know, we have quite a lot of data, but we decided that only the user and the time in which he read a specific article is not enough. So we decided to scrape some additional data. So for every article, we took the title, the subtitle, the whole text, the hashtags underneath, and actually we decided that the date on which the article was written was quite important. So with all this new data and the one which was given to us, we decided to do BERT with RNN, which now Sergi is gonna explain.
Yeah, thank you, Desi. That's life. If you don't have data, grab some. And what we initially were thinking about, it doesn't make sense to be a media and your recommender if it is not relevant to the content inside. And that's why we decided to make a hybrid. What it means hybrid, take a content and also take the behavior of the user. So for the first one, for the article, we were thinking about how we can represent the text in a vector, in a different embedding. So we found BERT, text, sentence transformer. We make this, then we make clustering and assign a cluster for each article. Why we are doing in clusters? Because each cluster will represent a particular interest of person. So it means that if someone loves sport, cluster of sport and soccer or football will be highly visible there, comparing to all the others. In that case, then we come to the next stage about the user interest. How we can represent it. Again, it can be a vector or sequence of clusters, but then it comes to a sequence data and it comes to the RNN and dealing with sequence model. The main idea here is that based on the history and the patterns of all the others, we can predict what's going to be the next cluster of interest, so which is logical. And for that one, we also have data, which comparing to other teams, that we can see what is and recommend for particular cluster the articles which are with higher traffic. We can look in what's their recency. We can even think about the A/B testing model for new articles in order to see are they really popular. And all this and part of it, which is red, is not done, is done on a code. So we load the data, we made the embeddings, we run the pre-trained model of BERT. So there is a visualization, very tense one. It represents where it is with the hashtag. So here we just put if you want to read one cluster and what are the hashtags for this cluster. At the end, the most important, each article have a cluster. Then we prepare the data and make it a sequence data. It is sequence for each user of clusters which that person likes. Then we build the model. The model itself reached 58% of accuracy. And just to give you an example, here is a person, the sequence of what kind of cluster he or she likes. And we see that the new one which we want to predict is 7 and 24. 7 seems logical, but 24 is something have never been seen here. So it is based on the others. And generally, that's it. I mean, once you have this, you can make all the manipulation behind it. So that's what we did. We were so happy to be on the Datathon. We experiment a lot and we have fun. Bye, guys.
Okay, and now another case and another two teams, that would be Datadogs and Team with No Members. Stay tuned.
Hello from me again. This time I'm presenting live from the ocean, where I'm going to present you the latest addition to our cases, a case given to us by Ernst & Young Saudi Arabia. They have given a special reward for the teams who perform well at this case. So let's switch now on the case, a case on optimizing and planning public transport. Basically, the premise here is that we have regular data on the public transport. It is provided in a Google format, by the way. And we also enrich the data by meteorological and weather data, trying to predict what would be it like when disruption in the public transport happen. So basically, we're going to have some sort of, you're going to have to build some sort of a model of regular activity and then some sort of disruption and simulate what would happen if. And the result should be some sort of simulation result to help in planning for actually planning against floods and various sort of disasters. The case is fairly simple. Of course, we might have increase in complexity, but it is kind of a little bit open case. The thing that probably is interesting for you, the data format similar to XML, and there are libraries which will be provided to import this data. This completes our presentation of the case. Hopefully all of you have the same sunny feeling as I have right now. And as always, I'm sure that we're going to have great time during this Datathon. Take care.
And next one.
Hello, Data Science Society. This is Team Datadog speaking here. Greetings from Hamburg. We'd like to thank you very much for organizing this event. We are very glad to be part of it and particularly happy to be in the finals. Also, thanks to Ernst & Young for providing this interesting case. Now let's move to the business case. I'm assuming that you're already familiar with our article. So in this video, I will emphasize the main points of our investigation, and I will also touch upon some of the questions posed by the jury.
In the comments, you mentioned that we were supposed to look for additional data, and we did try to do this. We tried to find timetables of buses. However, we found that first of all, they're very difficult to find, and also, even if you do find them, they're not very reliable. So this is why we decided to stick with modeling the time between buses. So we also, as you suggested, try to include the weekday as a factor in our model for TBB, and indeed that was our best performing model with the highest R-squared. So this is the model that we proceeded with and ended up cross-validating. Now, with this model, we did find that we can predict the average daily TBB with an error of less than a minute. However, most of the predictive power in this model comes from the weekday variable. So the weather-related predictor does not provide as much added value as we had hoped for. Our conclusion here is that aggregating on high level definitely leads to some loss of information, as we're representing the entire day with just a bunch of metrics. On the other hand, the aggregations help us reduce the effects that we observe, but we cannot actually measure. So we see the peaks that are possibly caused by buses skipping stops, but since we cannot identify that they're actually skipping or they're just massively delayed buses, we work with the distribution of time between buses for the entire day. So for example, if the streets are wet and drivers need to go slowly, the increases in time between buses would accumulate gradually. This would lead to a shift in the distribution of time between buses for that day.
In conclusion, we decided to fit a model on daily aggregated data in order to overcome in the best possible way the lack of information. However, for a real production implementation, we would actually advise using a more granular, more sensitive model, for example, on an hourly basis. Having GPS data per bus would make such a model possible and reasonable. Hello, data.
And next one.
Hello everyone, I'm Sviljan Stefanov from the team with no members. It's a great pleasure for me to be here at this stage of the competition because I'm not even a data scientist. I'm actually learning for several months different data science techniques and concepts. So with my limited skills and experience, making it through to the final was never on the cards for me. I never thought about it. I never believed it, but at the end of the day I'm here. And thank you very much for your appreciation and for your suggestions, because it's very encouraging for me to learn that I'm on the right track. Now let's move on to my project. My project is about analyzing the weather effects on the public transport in Dubai. And the approach that I chose is an academical one. It's very simple but structured. And the first step is load the data and clean it. Next is create several visualizations, look for any patterns, any relationships and causality between different data elements, and also apply some feature engineering. And the next part is apply machine learning models, fine-tune them and find the best one. Unfortunately, the second part about visualizations, feature engineering and looking for relationships was not explored as much as possible, so there is a lot more to be done there. I had several challenges during this project. The first one was to download the public transportation data, because there are many files which had to be downloaded one by one. Therefore I decided to use only bus transportation data, which means 640 CSV files. Next challenge was to load these files because this is a huge volume of data. Some of the files contain more than 1 million records. So this is very time consuming. The next task was to find an appropriate metric to analyze. So I decided to calculate the time intervals between different transactions in each file, and then identify transactions which have happened in more than 30 seconds than the previous one. So this form a different group of transactions, and each group is actually a different ride for each bus line. So I decided to measure the median bus ride in time interval. And the next challenge was to improve models prediction rate, because usually the models are trying to predict the most occurring, the most usual and the most standard values. But now in our case we want to find the opposite, which is the extreme values for each case. not the usual ones. I tested 4 models, manual linear regression, support vector machine, random forest regression, and extra gradient boosting. And the first 3 models actually failed to predict even a single outlier, while the XGBoost did a little bit better than them. It managed to predict some of the outliers, however it was still a bit ineffective. For this project there is a lot more work to be done. It actually uses the bus transportation data at a daily basis, and if it's processed on an hourly basis it could probably improve the predictability of the outcome. Also, I could focus slightly more on finding more relationships between different data elements. To add more historical data, as was suggested by the jury, for example, for infrastructural damages, for weather forecasts, for traffic estimates. But the biggest quick win, I think, is to create more features because it doesn't require much time to be implemented. For example, to inspect the seasonal elements, to include bank holidays, hourly segmentation such as peak or off-peak, and most importantly for me, to create a feature which is just an outlying flag which says whether this record is an outlier or not. Actually, this is the first thing that I'm going to do after the end of the competition, so I do believe that the best for this project is yet to come. Thank you very much for your attention, and looking forward to the end of the competition so then I can make way for my curiosity and complete my project.
Okay, now that we have reminded ourselves about the teams that made it to the finals and the cases that we're working on, let's hear what the jury has to say, their comments, their experience, and how was the hackathon for them.
In this case, we can start our talk on this discussion, or actually sort of panel on our Datathon. First of all, thanks for all the jury members and the industry experts that and mentors that could help us and join us for this excellent event. What we are going to speak about a little bit here are the solutions, the particular case solutions that we have. We are going to have this quick discussion on what the teams have achieved, but before that I would like to give a round of presentation to each of the jury members that is right now here to present themselves briefly. Of course, I would like to say that the jury altogether was 10 people, all of them renowned specialists in the field of data science and machine learning. Unfortunately, for this call, we cannot put everybody online. All of us are busy schedules, and in these crazy times, everybody is in some other call. But anyway, I would like to give the word to each one of you individual, and I'm going to present myself at the end. So, Tony, would you present yourself?
Okay, so let's start.
Okay,
First
Tommy.
of all, yes.
Tommy.
Tommy or Tony?
Let's go with Tommy first.
Cool. Great. So my name is Tomislav, or Tommy Krizan, and I'm coming from Croatia, and I'm one of the founders of Data Science Croatia meetups, and also founding member of Crow AI as one of the groups which are now also functioning on a governance-based level so that we can influence some AI development. But what I really like is how I met Angel and Liad in the last few years on the different conferences and all the different hackathons and datathons. And this is what we need to continue, and really what we need to continue to share all the knowledge. This is what I really, really like from all of the previous conference which grow out. And from my perspective, I'm in an area of data science for the last 2 decades. And for every new conference or a new hackathon, I like to try something new. So for this year, I found a new topic for me to do music decomposition. And I know that Angel likes that as well. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we need to constantly learn, and this is really good approach. So besides this kind of hackathons, today I had a closing ceremony also for a student hackathon, where we are one of the, well, not one of them, where we are a premium partner who gave all the tasks and lead them through the last 3 months on different colleges across the Croatia. So like to do everything around data science, but the most important, like to mingle with all of you good people.
All right, thank you. What I liked about your introduction is that you actually took the time to introduce all the Datathon. I knew that this would happen, and it was lucky that we started with you. Then let's give the word to, or the screen to Anton.
Hey everyone, I'm Anton, or Tony, not Tommy, and I'm I'm a member of Data Science Society Bulgaria from the beginning, as much as knows. We was different people at the beginning, and we started making Datathons from 2017, which is more than 4 years. And always for me is great, let's say, amusement and great time to share the knowledge with other people and to see completely different ideas for the same topic. And that's why this year I decided to provide a case from our company. Nevertheless, the case was looking very, very simple. Let's say few fields of visitors, URLs, and timestamp. It was not easy case. It was easy on the first side, and I'm glad to see completely different solutions of this case. All the time I was trying to talk with people, give them advices, push them to one and another side, but not to push too much, because I know if I give them very, very strict, let's say, limitations, the ideas around the case decrease rapidly. So I always appreciate new ideas, never mind how crazy they look like. This is the best thing into Datathons, to give a crazy ideas.
Okay, thank you.
So
yeah.
They even asked me to give them some content from the articles. Never mind, I said them at least 10 times, you don't need to go deep into the, let's say, into the content of the articles, because there is videos, there is pictures, there is text, and everything like this. There is links to the social media posts and so on in every single article they are analyzing. So, but never mind, I gave them some data with some content of the articles, and they made some NLP analysis. They created decision trees and so on. But I want to mention some teams. I have looked at the solutions. I think the team of ACES or ACES.
ACES. They were very sensible on their name. It is
yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
ACES.
not ACES. ACES.
ACES. Okay. I think that most of the people are Bulgarians.
Yes, they're Bulgarian team.
Yeah, from Bulgaria. So I see they used deep learning recommender. So it is great to see such kind of solutions. I have checked their results and they're not very good, but I like the idea.
Okay, let's speak a little bit. Let's speak a little bit on the details after we present ourselves. I'm going to return the word afterwards to you anyway.
Yes, and maybe the next case in NewsCo, I think they used collaborative filtering, which is standard idea, and I think some other people recommend this usage, but they also make some great visualizations like community detection presented into the graph. And I want to mention another team which is not among the finalists, but they did it. They, according to me, they gave the best results. It's next click.
Awkward.
No, next. It's 1 and 0s.
Okay, well.
But the good results, I will not pay attention to this, but the good results are because they recommended the most read article, which is a clever idea, but this is not the task for the Datathon.
It is a workaround. I get it. Okay.
Yes, but it's a clever workaround.
It's a clever workaround. Okay, let's give the word to Liat. Liat, would you present yourselves? Are we here, Liat, or we are not?
Yeah.
Okay, because you're kind of okay. Go ahead.
Hi. So I'm originally from Israel. I live here in Vienna, in Austria, since 6-7 years now. I pretty much love data science and machine learning. So I'm organizing here in Austria machine learning courses and hackathons, and I also give some courses myself. I'm working as a machine learning consultant or engineer, mostly in the area of natural language processing, but also other stuff, a lot of information extractions and such. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, thank you. Kunal, would you present yourself?
Yeah. Hello all. My name is Kunal. I'm part of the Ernst & Young team, originally from India, but based out of UAE. I've always been a technology enthusiast, and since engineering, I've always been into computer science. So that's been my bread and butter for a lot of years now. Especially, I've had a fair share of experience in machine learning and the other domains of data science. So that really, really excites me. That's what defines me. So that's pretty much it. I'm a guy who likes to tinker around with data, and I really am really passionate about data science in general. So that's me. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So I'm going to switch back to me then. I'm going to actually few words about myself. I probably have, as everybody here, I probably have the long version and the short version. Probably regarding this activity that we are doing here, the jury. So it's suffice to say that I'm a professor. I'm on the academic side of the things. I'm a professor at two universities, and my whole research so far has been basically modeling complex systems, which explains my interest in data science. This is it. I think enough for now. I'm going to return the word back to Tony. He already started explaining some of the specifics of the solutions of at least two of the finalists. So probably give a few words to the third one, or whatever you think it's necessary to be said about the three solutions, where there are specifics, where there were interesting things and stuff like this. And then I'm going to go to Kunal for the other two. Okay.
Okay. First of all, I want to announce that there is a control set group I have uploaded into the bucket where the other data is,
and it will be available to everybody to check for their model. This is great.
And that was the idea from the very beginning when we gave the case to all of you, and we have separated, let's say, the data for the next day. And there is also a data set with the timestamp if you want to check your data based on minutes, hours, or I don't know, maybe seconds. But this is, according to me, this is the best way to check the results and to evaluate the model, because when you use a test, test control group into the past data, it is a little bit tricky to overfit the model or to create a false predictions which they look like very, very nice, but on the next day, according to my experience, the data is not so much useful, or there is another new data that you have to include into the model. And if you don't do it, the half of the results are for the trash. So I started to talk about the cases.
Mm-hmm. The solutions.
Yes, the solutions of the case, of course, from the teams. And I mentioned that I like very much crazy ideas. I like very much also natural language processing. They have some people have made for the, let's say, for the title of the article, or for the even for the body of the article. So according to me, the best solution in this case is collaborative filtering, which some teams have used already. And also, Preslav Nakov has a very good, researches on this topic, and we can use it also.
Yeah, Preslav, I would like to interrupt. Yeah. Preslav is also part of our jury. He couldn't make it, but he is another one of the world-renowned scientists with whom we are working.
Yes, but another thing I want to say is that if you have used a very good model, but to put wrong periods or wrong selected data, sometimes you produce false results. Never mind how good is your model. So sometimes, of course, you have to use very, very simple approaches to make your decisions for the structure of the data you have to put into the model. And then maybe you will use 5-10 different kind of models and produce similar results.
Okay.
So this is the most important thing, and I have expected most of the people to get deep into the data first before they create the model. But some people, we have only 48 hours, and
okay. All right.
Maybe in the hurry some people miss something.
Okay, thank you for this. Actually, you already gave your major expert opinion as well. So Kunal, would you give some words on the two cases that were in the finalists that were on the case provided by Ernst & Young, and probably what were the main approaches, what were the differences and stuff like this?
Right. Thank you so much, Angel, for the opportunity. First of all, I would like to congratulate to both the teams. I think both of them have done such an excellent job on solving the use case. The solutions are really great. I think that's number one. Both of them are really innovative. I think the essence of this is the use case is based on a real life problem. So this is a real problem faced in Dubai, and this is a problem faced by a transportation organization, which can be really solved by taking proactive measures if we know about the disruption caused by weather in public transport.
Mm-hmm.
So I think both of teams have done a really good job from a technical perspective. I think what's also important is what I saw the main difference was in terms of presentation. Although they were very close to each other in terms of presenting their outcomes and the overall presentation that was done, I think both the teams were really, really close in terms of that as well. So it was a very difficult choice for me to judge which was better. But I think both the teams have done really, really well. And the solutions provided are really meaningful, I would say. The outputs make a lot of sense. And I think it'll really help in taking proactive measures to solve this problem in real life. So I think it's a really good solution provided by them, which solves a real life problem. So excellent in that case. I think that's all from my end.
Great. All right, now we can move to, let's say, okay, Tommy, what would you say about the most original approaches that you saw in all the solutions, and what would be the the pros and cons in general or in particular for a given solution, whichever you wish to go for.
Okay, I'll first start to continue on what Tony already said, that he likes a crazy idea and that he expected that all the participants will spend a bit more time on the data prep rather than pure modeling at the end. And essentially it happened like that. Majority of them did spend more time on the data prep, so much that some of the teams didn't have time to do any modeling. So yeah, and we saw there was one really good case for this Ernst & Young, essentially the guy from Dubai as well, but he was only one in a team, so he couldn't do a lot in those 48 hours. So,
team with no members, probably.
No. Team with no members was one of the best papers or articles on this subject.
Right.
But this was a third on my list. This is I need to check the.
It doesn't matter.
But yeah, it does not matter. But what I recommended is always team, because when you have a short period of time, spread the work so that you can focus on multiple different bits and bolts. Some of them also focused on trying to model weather forecast, which is not so much relevant because you are getting really good weather forecast data already from the public services. So you can use some third-party sources to feed this and use previous historical data to just see what is happening. What I would rather like to see, and this is what I put a comment on all of them, is that they add additional data sources and pull something else into mix, especially like predicted traffics or what already was historical traffic during different periodical times in the day, because they started to work with some aggregated data, etc., where they lost the track about all of those peaks and off-peaks of a daily traffic, which can influence normal public transportation. So sometimes even the normal daily commute has more impact than any weather condition, especially in UAE. So trying to get something else in the mix would definitely help their cases. Now, as Kunal already said, presentation was, again, one different story, which changed a bit of my ranking, because at the end, all 5 solutions or all 5 finalists are really great, and it was purely subjective how we can select. And I know that I needed to rank down Shop Up because I like them, so I needed to push them a bit of more to down so that they don't go totally biased. So yeah, but from those cases which I oversaw during the semi-final, my favorite was the team without no members, because they did really good job. Well, he did a really good job. But at the end, the presentation of the Datadog was a bit better set than the team of no members. So all the nuances, all the great solution which can go almost to the production. So they are missing some additional steps to make it a production for productional use. But I would like to congratulate all the teams. And also I did check recommendation system, how they did and what they approached. I like that approach. Some of them did a bit of, let's say, over tuning some of the parameters, and it went in a wrong way, but still really good and crazy idea. And that is what we need to get from the hackathons, because sometimes you learn from somebody who does not have a lot of experience on the market, because they are looking with a fresh eyes on the problem.
Okay, thank you. Now, Liat, since Tommy kind of focused on the predictive modeling, and I know that you're probably going to focus on the text cases, probably you focus there, and maybe on the modeling side, since we spoke a lot on the data preparation already.
Well, I liked all the projects, including also the ones from Ernst & Young. Everything was really outstanding, and I just agree with everything that was previously said. The projects were excellent. The methodology of working was outstanding, and also it was very original. So from from the point of view of the recommendation system, I liked all the ideas that were that arrived to the finalist. The idea with using the BERT for the language modeling, the idea with combining two different models. I think it was from the ACES, of having both the collaboration filtering and text encoding. The one with the RNN, I think it was Shopap, that used RNN for prediction. Also very excellent idea and very original. So for me, it was very difficult to decide which one is better than the other one. And I'm going to be totally honest, it was half random. The way I just sent my scores, so I hope no one would be offended. Also the graph of who did the graph? I think it was the BV team. Also very, very nice idea to model even the problem. So overall, I really liked the way that everyone approached the problem, and also the step that they took to analyze the information and to tackle the task. I think in this hackathon in general, there are no losers. Everyone just won.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So, as I'll take my turn as a jury member to say a few words as well. The thing that everybody from the jury said, we were discussing internally in our chat. The thing that everybody said is that all of the finalist solutions are looking excellent, and everybody had hard time distinguishing. This is basically the feedback that we received throughout the jurying process. And the thing that I believe kind of changed tipped the scale in one direction or another. Since we already spoke about data preparation, maybe not all the teams did. All the teams did data preparation very well. Maybe not all the teams had time to implement good modeling, but obviously the finalists have done this. I think that the thing that tipped the scales at the end was visualization of ideas, since basically this was where the main differences were in my point of view. So, for example, if I have to kind of point out a team BV actually, in my point of view, actually visualized their idea so that they communicated the ideas the best in this sense. And I would like to also in this sense appraise the two teams who solved the Ernst & Young case, the Datadogs and the team with no members. Both of them had excellent visualizations of their ideas, and maybe it comes down to this. In my view, this is what it came down to: the way to communicate your solution. And obviously, we are here, experienced guys. Probably we know this. Sometimes from hard lessons, sometimes it's learned lesson along the way of our careers. But I think that the visualization and you're right, the graph was an excellent idea. So this is what in my point is the important stuff. So I'm going to give you kind of last words for everyone. What would be your general final words for everybody else who would like to participate in a Datathon? I would like to have you to have in mind that for this Datathon we had about 700 participants registered, but probably about 150 actively took part of solving a case. So probably there were some 500 people who were wandering around what to do. Probably this advice is more like for them. So Tony, what would you say? Tony?
Okay, my advice is to first of all, my advice is to take part into the Datathon actively, not just watching what is happening, but try to do something, because this is giving you more more insights for the case. And secondly, please concentrate on the main goal of the case, because good ideas are great, but finally you have to produce some results.
Bottom line is important.
Yeah. And this will save you also a lot of time wondering what to do, because of course I know big teams, they don't have always a consensus of what they will do, because it's also happening. But please concentrate on the main goal of the case, because the time is very short, and that was the idea, to put the short time for solving the case, to have a good ideas, and to create a fast and working approaches to the main goal.
Okay, thank you, Tony. Kunal, what would be your advice, or general line of thought?
Yep. I think the Data Science Society as a platform has come up with such an amazing, the whole ecosystem for people to be able to participate in such a seamless manner and in such an organized manner, that I think it automatically encourages a lot of team members to, come out and participate in the hackathon. I think the whole idea of conducting a Datathon and hackathon is such an amazing thing, where people across the world can participate from different countries with different language barriers, etc. So I think what better platform can be there except for Data Science Society? So I think the whole platform is already there. The ecosystem is available. I think I would just wish more people to just come out and proactively participate in it. I think that's all I could say. Nothing more that I have on that.
Thank you. Liat?
Yeah, my only advice is just go there and just try. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. There's so many tutorials and videos out there. So for every problem that you
there
can
is
get
always
in
Stack
this,
Overflow, right?
Yeah. So just don't be afraid. It's nice to sit maybe and watch how others. But if you don't try, if you don't fail, you will not learn from these mistakes and how to improve. It's always a process.
Exactly, but I would like to add here a few words here, if you wish. Actually, if you start and you reach, let's say, 10% of what the finalists do, you have still learned something. You have still done something, even if it's not the best. If it takes 2 days for you to sort of read the data and do some statistical analysis of the data, some data exploration. If this is what you can do for 2 days, then it's more than you do 0. It's still much better. So this is my point. Sorry to take the word away from you, Liat. Go ahead. Or you're done. Okay. Then I'm going to give the final word to Tomislav. Thank you for, of course, for having you online here. But okay, go ahead and state your final words.
No, all the jury already said what it should be said. So you need to go out and play, and maybe come out of the closet and say, yes, I'm a data scientist and I'll try this one. So do connect with others, participate, because then you will learn. One of the, let's say, guiding thoughts for me is that every day you need to learn at least one thing. So participating on different hackathons is something which helps you to evolve as a human person. Angela already said, even if you fail, it's better than you tried at least. So if you don't try, you will never succeed. So you are learning. Well, it's always best to learn on other people's mistakes, but sometimes you need to learn on your mistakes as well. And it's better to do this on hackathons rather than in real life. So participate, try to meet new people. So you don't always be closed with the same group of the people. Try to meet new people and share ideas, because that is how the new ideas will start to evolve, not just in enclosed space.
Okay. Well, in this case, thank you for your participation. All of you were great, and I think everybody from the participants and from the finalists are grateful for your work. And I would like to thank to everybody else from the jury that could not make it to this call. And see you guys, next time around. I wonder when we are going to be not jury but participants. I always want to be this one, but I never have this chance. Maybe somebody else will have to organize a Datathon and I just participate or hackathon. So
Okay,
thank you.
if we participate there, we will not be a chance for others. So
No. Don't worry. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
So it will all be the first place.
Okay, thank you, and see you next time. Thank you for all, guys.
Thank you very much indeed. And now that we have covered almost everything, it's time to check out what are gonna be the prizes. Are you excited? I know I am.
Great, and I think everybody from the participants and from the finalists are grateful for your work. And I would like to thank to everybody else from the jury that could not make it to this call. And see you guys, next time around. I wonder when we are going to be not jury but participants. I always want to be this one, but I never have this chance. Maybe somebody else will have to organize a Datathon and I just participate or hackathon. So
okay,
thank you.
if we participate there, we will not be a chance for others. So
No. Don't worry. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
So it will all be the first place.
Okay, thank you, and see you next time. Thank you for all, guys.
Thank you very much indeed. And now that we have covered almost everything, it's time to check out what are gonna be the prizes. Are you excited? I know I am.
Hello, it's again me, and I'm so happy of the solutions which we saw. They were awesome. Even some of you guys, I know them already know. So, okay, yeah, it's fun, but yeah, all of us participated in one or another way. So here about the sponsors, what I want to share is that the companies who stayed behind, the companies who are supporting us, because without real cases, without real business cases, we were not able to make a Datathon. We are not able to provide a qualitative case. So here we can start with the Kaufland. Kaufland is the company which stays behind for over 3 years. I mean, since the first Datathon, they're supporting us, they're working with us, they're providing really hard problems. Pencho, you're doing awesome work. It is similar to something which we want to mention here, the 365 Data Science. They have a great platform. They're awesome guys because not only because they're Bulgarians, but they have a huge library, a huge amount of audience. So I mean more than thousands of lectures. So Data 365 Data Science, it's a learning platform managed by Bulgarians. Something which we really are happy about, that they're succeeding, they're growing, and they're providing a great award which is what it represents as an educational platform. They're giving us access which is not 1 month. Okay, it's not 6 months. It's not even 12 months, but it is for life. So they're giving access for participants, for the winners, as a award for this one, that they can use their platform as long as they can, or the platform is live, which we wish them that it will never stop. The next one is Ernst & Young. Ernst & Young, they're our new kids on the block together with Imperia Online. Ernst & Young, about prehistory, we were contacting like 2 years ago. So we were waiting the right moment, the right time, the right case. But finally, honestly, it was 2 days before the Datathon starts. I think the last case, the data we have, it was on Wednesday. But finally we succeed. There are good solutions. We have 2 finalists. So I think even we have some problems with the data, and everything works well. Something which we want to thank them about the award which they are giving. So they are providing us the cash award, which is awesome benefit. And I hope we'll continue further working together, no matter that Dubai and Bulgaria there is such kind of distance. And the other one, the last one, which we were so happy that they joined to our family, is Imperia Online. With Imperia Online, we were discussing their case, and it seems really interesting. Also, they like the whole concept of data science society, so they decided to provide video cards for the nerds, which was the awesome award. Something which we were supposed to take as a decision, and we as a community, as a society, wants to be equal among each of our sponsors. We noticed that on Saturday there was no team solving their case, and internally we took the decision to withdraw their 5 video cards, because it doesn't make sense at all to give a word and to put it if they don't have at least one solution. So that's why their case and the words we will do some games. We will do probably some online challenges. But stay tuned. We will see, and if you like that their case to create a game bot. So overall, just to sum up, what are the words? The words are which are sponsored by Ernest and Young. It is 4,000 US dollars. So the first place will took 2,000. The second will take 1,200. Sorry, and the third will take $800. Something else about the 365 data science platform is that in total the passes which they are giving to us, the vouchers, are on the $25,000 amount because of this live vouchers, because you can use it, and they will be personalized on each person, and they can be used whenever that person wants, and for such amount of period how long they want. So they have huge, I think I saw more than thousands of lectures. And about the certificates which we provide to every semi-finalist, the one who submitted their solutions. Before that, we were sending certificates, not physical PDF certificate. Now it is slightly different. Todor will explain later on what is the difference and what it will be done. So stay tuned. About the award from 365 Data Science, what we spoke about with them, that we need to stimulate not only the ones who goes to the final, because probably they have go through the long process of learning, so they're good learners, but we also need to stimulate in other teams, and that's why we are giving stimulation prizes. First of all, for the fourth and fifth place of the final. So no matter who are the teams, you will have live vouchers for the platform. And also we are giving to the third place of each team, data, newbie solo, and newbies and solo. Yeah, great work. And now it comes to the next one is a friend of mine, Todor, so he will tell you more about the next awards. Bye.
Okay, so as you know, usually at those events people are giving certificates and stuff, but since of the COVID-19 and since we are not gonna be face to face, we decided to do something awesome, something new. We decided to go for badges. Okay, but you're gonna say, what are badges? Well, check them out. Just see, those are the badges that each of one, well, of course, each of one corresponding to each badge is gonna receive, and you're gonna find those in your emails, and after that you can go and you can attach that to your LinkedIn account. You can share it on Facebook, you can share it on Twitter, you can share it on Instagram, you can share it wherever you want. They also have a unique GUID and a URL where everybody can check, confirm, and validate them. And the platform that we use is badger.com. You can check the platform also, it's really nice. And the badges are also designed by Miroslava. Thank you, Miroslava, they're great, and I hope you like them. If not, well.
Okay, hello. It is my pleasure to give the first award today. It is an interesting award that we just decided to give today. It was not planned, but I'm sure that nobody would mind having this one. So it's a special award which was given to a team that had the best validation score. The award would be lifetime vouchers provided by our friends and partners from 365 Data Science. And the special award, it is a little bit strange, but it goes to a non-finalist. And the winner is the team which is called Army of Ones and Zeros. Congratulations! Yay! All right, and congratulations. We'll contact the reward and so on. Now we'll move to Desi.
Okay, so the next award is the audience award, and here we have some of our friends that we are really happy to present, and they will receive 365 vouchers awards and the opportunity to host a meetup to present their unique solution. And those are ACES. ACES.
Yay! These are not ACES, these are ACES.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay, so we begin with the next one.
All right. Okay, next one is going to be me. We are moving into the real ranking now, and the third place award out of the finalists. By the way, it was obviously a great battle. The award includes vouchers again for 365 Data Science and some cash, $800 cash. And the winners are some of my friends. I think I have heard this name before. And the winners are ShopUp. Yay! Congratulations, guys. Okay. And now I'm going to give the floor, actually the screen, to Jana to move on to the next award.
Hi all. Okay, so we reached out to second place in our competition for 2020. Here we are giving again the award of vouchers for 365 Data Science and also some cash, 100 and 1200 USD. So it's time maybe to say also the name of the team. And second place is for team with no members.
Congratulations! Great job!
And now comes the time to announce the winner. The winner. But before starting with the winners, this is the time. Just want to remind you that during the last year, Data Science Society as an organization totally changed to the NGO, to a volunteer organization, and in the summer we were not quite sure are we going to make the next Datathon, and we made a lot of meetings with different people from different communities, from different places, but something which we are so happy that finally we made a core of volunteers, the people who have seen, who now see during the online streaming, during the organization, during the communications via emails or in a data chat. So I want to applaud each one of them, starting with Jana. So let's applaud her for her soberness, which I say, and always smiling to us. Also, Angel Marchev, without him.
Yeah.
Stefan, Stefchu, who is not here, but thank you, Stefchu, also for your work.
Good job, Stefchu. Better boy, Stefchu.
Our video master, Todor.
Yay!
Also Vesco for helping us.
Great.
The other one is are Margie and Veli. They are from the marketing team.
Good job, girls.
We have Metodi who really help us on the one on in the other cases. So yeah, he's a proud father, and we are so happy that he's spending time with us. Yeah, great job, Metodi.
Great job, Metodi. You're the one.
And also, I want to applause Ivan.
And so Sergi, let's give it up to Sergi.
Thank you, guys. Something else which I want really to help and just to say a few, not a few. We don't have so much words to say how much we appreciate the support of the mentors, of their expertise and the time which they spend. And when we mean mentors, these are the juries, these are the people who give advices. So let's applaud them, all of them. And
give the prize as well.
So yeah, you can say some of it. Yeah, if I miss something.
No, go ahead.
And something which is which are our volunteers with the different within different domains, which are helping us on a specific task. We have here, and I would read them all of them. So it's Yana, Anna, Milen, Vladi, Mira, Deni, Peter, and Desi, who are helping us in different areas, starting from design, starting from website, from data storing, from what else? From marketing. So let's applaud them.
Yay! Business development as well.
In business development, yeah. So these are the few words which I wanted to say about Data Science Society. And also, if you want to be part of it, just you know how to find us. So it is easy. And now back to what we are supposed to be, and why we are here. So it was really tough. No, yeah, we have a tough moments right now. We were supposed to be physical, to have fun, to drink beer. Probably now we can try to break a record, but we don't have that opportunity. You know, the COVID and all the other stuff. But still, this is our first totally online Datathon. If there is something which was not working, so please excuse us, but we are experimenting also with you. So all this Datathon is done by volunteers. So I hope you find what is the atmosphere and what is the mood here. And this happens with the support of our sponsors, of the supporters. And about the solutions, we initially was having more than, you have heard how many participants came, but something which we believe that these participants we can involve and we can start doing different other stuff. So you will hear after that what kind of next steps we are seeing and what kind of other opportunities. And now the Datathon, the first place. What we will have? They will have a vouchers of 365 data science. Again, if they decide to learn more. Also, they will receive 2,000 cash in USD dollars. And the winners are, these are the teams.
Yeah! Drum roll.
Yeah, good job to all of you, to all teams. You did awesome work, and something which you will be contacted within the next week. It takes time. I mean, we need to find when we have free time, and also we need to take some rest. And now I'm giving the mic to Yana to tell you what follows.
So now, after you received so much details and happy news, I'm gonna welcome everyone who is willing to join us to do it whenever is convenient for you. We're an open organization, completely voluntary, so we are open for all enthusiasts to join us and support us through exploring the data together. The society is gathered around the idea of data exploration for enthusiasts in the area of machine learning, AI, data science, of course. And all you have to do is simply visit our site, datasciencesociety.net, and contact us. You can also join our data chat where we have different channels. Our warning section, we have also a group for our trademark Datathon 2020, as you already heard, and we already informed you. This is our yearly trademark where we try to find interesting cases and are looking for even the more interesting ideas from the audience. So our main motto is to explore, learn, and have fun together, and we're willing to become more and more. You can also follow us on our social medias. We have our LinkedIn and Facebook profiles, also Twitter, and our YouTube channel where we upload our updates regularly, inclusively for data science, meetups, or any other news that we have to share with you. So don't hesitate to contact us. And few words on what's next. Now when we are over our yearly Datathon competition, we're looking forward for the rest of the year. We have some interesting moments to share with you. Our next online challenge is related to the hot topic about coronavirus. And you can expect us to share with you more details around that for the upcoming days. COVID topic, what I can say in few words, we've gathered some data for you, but we tried also to be more open in terms of solutions and in terms of welcoming you to share your ideas. So try it out. Also, we have our meetup event in mid-June. It's going to be related to some financial topic, but we're gonna post the details soon. Then we're planning to have another workshop, post-summer workshop, which is related to data science in finance. Here I'm not gonna share too much details, just follow us and find out what we have for you. During the summer holidays, you can combine learning and relaxing by using our Learn section, where you can find quite a lot of solutions from our previous and this year's Datathons. So we have uploaded there the code and the datasets, and we aim to help you improving your knowledge during the vacation. And last but not least, we are gonna share with you the solutions from our Datathon competitions in more details. Most of them are explained quite good by the teams with additional videos, not only the articles and link code there. So follow us and find out.
Okay, guys, so that was almost it. However, as a final words, I'm going to give the floor to each one of us to say what data science is for them. Here we go.
Hi. For me, Data Science Society started as one meetup, but grew into quite good experience and knowledge.
For me, Data Science Society is a way to be surrounded of great people who are willing to learn more and more about data and everything.
Hello. I think that work of data science is our areas of knowledge. Data science that is interesting for me.
Okay.
Data Science Society is is a diverse field of knowledge gathered from people from different backgrounds and a wonderful experience for life.
Yeah, Data Science Society for me, being an older member here, is a chance to network with nerds and have fun together with them with data.
Yeah, it is almost similar mine comparing to the Marchev. So I really seeing the soulmates. I mean, such kind of species like nerds, and having access to huge amount of knowledge, having these contacts, which we are having here.
Well, and for me, the society is a way to kind of widen my horizon into the field, meet new people, and have fun. Well, that's all, folks. Enjoy the night, have fun. Good luck to the winners. Good luck next time to the ones that didn't make it to there. And see you soon.